Welcome to the 2022 Annual Meeting and Education Day. We're so pleased to have you join us virtually for this year's event. Before I begin my report, I first want to acknowledge the events of the past year. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with continued global unrest and conflict, has taken a toll on us all. My thoughts are with all those who have encountered hardships and difficulties over the past year. As Canadians, we continue to face the painful legacy of Canada's residential school system with the uncovering of unmarked graves of Indigenous children across the country. We mourn with the communities and families who've lost loved ones and who suffer the ongoing harm caused by Canada's reprehensible history of violence against Indigenous peoples. The college and its members must recognize the shameful role that the social work and social service work professions have played in perpetuating this harm. We must also reflect upon the fact that Indigenous college members did not contribute to the harmful effects of colonization and are actively working to help heal their communities from the impacts of systemic oppression. The college continues to have challenging but necessary conversations as we re-examine our regulatory role and undertake the important work to increase diversity, equity, and inclusion, including reconciliation. The theme of this year's Annual Meeting and Education Day, Learning and Unlearning in a Changing Landscape, adds to this important and necessary dialogue. We're very pleased to have Dr. Carol Hopkins join us today as the keynote speaker. Dr. Hopkins is the Chief Executive Officer of the Thunderbird Partnership Foundation and is of the Lenape Moravian town. She has spent more than 25 years in the field of First Nations substance abuse and mental health. Today, Dr. Hopkins will be speaking about Indigenous mental wellness. The keynote will focus on the paradigm shift that is required to address how systemic racism has harmed the rights of Indigenous people to mental wellness. Dr. Hopkins will also discuss how to develop an understanding and strategies related to the issues affecting the mental wellness of Indigenous people. In addition to the keynote, this year's AMED includes a variety of interactive educational sessions that cover important and meaningful subjects relevant to social workers and social service workers. These afternoon educational sessions reflect this year's theme, addressing topics such as cultural humility, unconscious bias, practical strategies to reduce anti-Semitism, and wellness checks. This is just a small sample of the many significant issues that will be explored today. There are 8 educational sessions offered over 3 time slots this afternoon, giving you the opportunity to attend a total of 3 sessions. As Denitha noted earlier, all aspects of this year's AMED, including the annual meeting keynote address and most of the 8 educational sessions, will be recorded and available on demand after the event. This way, you can return to the event portal and access the sessions you missed or revisit sessions you found particularly valuable. As Registrar and CEO of the college, it's my responsibility and privilege to provide you with a snapshot of the college's 2021 operational activities. The operations of the college are guided by our legislative mandate, as well as policy directions approved by Council. The accomplishments that I will report on today are the result of strategic decisions made by Council, operationalized with guidance from a very dedicated and hard-working management team and the great efforts of college staff. I'd like to begin by commenting on the college's finances as reported in the 2021 annual report and by our auditor, Chandra Gauthier of Crowe Soberman. Please note that we've made both the 2021 financial statements and the complete 2021 annual report available as PDFs for you in this session. As you can see, the college's finances are well managed and our financial position continues to be very stable. We manage college resources prudently, knowing that we must be well prepared for any potential risks the college may face in the future. Recognizing the many unknowns, as well as the ongoing impact of the pandemic, we'll continue to monitor the current year's budget very carefully. Every year, in addition to its annual budgeting process, the college prepares cash flow projections which assist Council in making important budgetary decisions, including setting registration and membership fees. Both processes are critical in ensuring that there is adequate funding to meet our ongoing statutory obligations, fund current projects, and implement new programs, all in the service of our public protection mandate. I'd like to take this opportunity to provide more details about the expenses that you will see in the audited financial statements. First, you'll note an increase in legal expenses, which includes hearing costs, from $757,504 in 2020 to $1,101,998 in 2021. Stringent auditing requirements require regulatory colleges to accrue or include in their reporting legal costs associated with hearings that are in progress at the end of the year and expected to be carried over into the next year to the degree that they can be reasonably estimated. Some of the increase in legal expenses is a result of the challenges related to predicting, as part of the annual budget process, the number of matters that will go to discipline in a given year and whether they will be contested, partially contested, or negotiated in terms of facts and penalty. An increase in legal expenses is not unique to the college. Like other regulators, including social work regulators across Canada and internationally, we continue to experience an increase in the number as well as the seriousness and complexity of complaints and discipline matters generally. Legal services are essential for the college to carry out its core mandate of protecting the public from unqualified, incompetent, and unfit practitioners and ensuring that rigorous complaints and discipline processes are in place. They are also indispensable for any regulatory body seeking to minimize risk and achieve regulatory effectiveness. Additional legal fees were also incurred to support various aspects of the college's operations and its regulatory programs. Having said all this, I want to reassure you that the college remains committed to the prudent use of all its resources, including legal. You will note an increase in leasing and maintenance expenses from $169,968 in 2020 to $399,079 in 2021. This line item refers to the leasing and maintenance of the college's software, which includes database work and software updates as part of our transition to a hybrid working environment. The college also undertook a large-scale project to scan member files dating back to 2000 as part of our digital records management framework. This successful project enabled staff to support the efficient operations of the college both on-site and remotely. There was an increase in advertising and promotion from $232,112 in 2020 to $336,638 in 2021. This increase was due to the college's expansion of its public awareness campaign to a wider and more diverse audience through advertisements on CP24. A benchmarking survey was also conducted in 2021 to gauge overall success of the campaign. You may have noted an increase in our council and committee meetings expenses from $44,198 in 2020 to $106,246 in 2021. The reason for this increase is similar to the one I noted under the leasing and maintenance line. The transition to a hybrid work environment increased costs associated with governance, including on-site and virtual logistics for meetings. It includes technology and staffing support. This line item also reflects the tremendous amount of work done by our council and committee members as part of their governance, oversight, and policy roles. As our membership grows, so too does the complexity of matters which council and committees must address. There was an increase in website expenses from $24,820 in 2020 to $52,650 in 2021 due to the year-long website redesign initiative. The redesigned website includes new features to help members and other stakeholders navigate and efficiently access information that is relevant to them. The college's website now meets WCAG 2.0 accessibility standards. As we transition to online processes, including online applications and member records, you'll note a decrease in postage and courier expenses from $23,108 in 2020 to $13,997 in 2021. You may have also noticed a decrease in the election line, where costs went from $19,446 in 2020 to $9,485 in 2021. This decrease was because there were no new initiatives related to council elections, such as the college's 5-part online video series, The 3 R's of Serving on Council and Candidate Quiz, developed in recent years for members of the college who wish to stand for election to council. There was an increase from $299,272 in 2020 to $338,185 in 2021 in our amortization expenses, which include the amortization of equipment, leasehold improvements, and computer software. As the college transitioned to a hybrid work environment, it was important for staff to have the necessary computer hardware, equipment, and updated software to carry out regulatory operations in a secure manner. This budget line also takes into account the ongoing measures needed to protect data from cybersecurity threats, particularly in a hybrid work model. College membership continues to grow. As of December 31st, 2021, the college had 26,117 registered members, over 2,000 more than the previous year. This is a considerable achievement, demonstrating that there is an increased understanding of the college's important role as a regulator and of the value of the work done by social workers and social service workers as regulated professionals. You'll see in the annual report that 3,295 new members registered with the college in 2021. This number includes 1,469 new graduates. The college supports new graduates in registering with the college as they begin their career through a reduced fee in the year that they register and then the 2 subsequent years. 96% of current members renewed their membership in 2021. In accordance with the Fair Access to the Regulated Professions Act, the college works with the Office of the Fairness Commissioner to assess our general duties as a regulatory body in having transparent, objective, impartial, and fair registration practices. In April 2021, the Office of the Fairness Commissioner launched its new Risk-Informed Compliance Framework, which relies both on the regulator's historical performance and a series of forward-looking risk factors that could impact a regulator's ability to achieve better registration outcomes for applicants. Based on their review and analysis, the college was identified as a low-risk regulator and was placed in the full compliance category. The 2021 OFC report is available on the college website. Public protection is at the forefront of all decision-making at the college. Our role as regulator is distinct from that of a professional association, whose mandate includes advocating on behalf of the professions. This means that we devote significant resources to ensuring that our members have the practice-related support they need to serve the public ethically and professionally when providing much-needed care and services. Over the past year, we have continued our successful public awareness campaign, which directs stakeholders to check out our online register to ensure that the practitioners they are working with are registered members of the college. The campaigns resulted in 75,000 visits to the online register, an increase of 14% over the previous year. Based on the benchmarking metrics conducted in the fall of 2021, it's estimated that over 2 million Ontario adults are now aware of the college due to this outreach. Ensuring strong complaints and discipline processes is vital to protect the public against unqualified, incompetent, and unfit practitioners. As part of our public protection efforts, the college published 7 discipline committee decisions and reasons in 2021. 164 matters were investigated regarding the illegal use of the protected titles social worker and social service worker, and the names of 5 additional unregulated practitioners were posted on our website. We also continued our proactive media outreach and communicated regularly with journalists to advise them of the college's role, the protected titles, and the online register. In 2021, we pursued new and more responsive ways to enhance our regulatory effectiveness. We saw the growing need to adapt to virtual realities that have come with the new normal of living with the pandemic and the move toward hybrid and remote workspaces, successfully shifting many of our functions to online systems to better serve the public and our members. In 2021, we launched an online applicant portal which has made the college's registration process much more accessible for applicants. We also streamlined our complaints process through the introduction of an online complaint form. You will all have noticed the launch of our redesigned website this past December, which is now more user-friendly and accessible, with new features such as a centralized resource room and digital tools so that the public, members, and applicants can easily find necessary support and information. The drive to achieve regulatory excellence is central to our vision as an organization and always top of mind. Looking forward, we will be working towards the implementation of entry-to-practice exams for social work and social service work applicants, a registration requirement which we anticipate will not be implemented before 2027. Recognizing that there are many issues under consideration as we move forward, we will provide updates on our dedicated entry-to-practice exams website as information becomes available. A range of tools is required to assess readiness of applicants for entry to practice and to ensure that all those who are registered with the college are competent and prepared to practice safely and ethically. The college continues to engage with our stakeholders regularly and proactively, learning from and adapting to their needs. Over the past year, we have maintained our commitment to disseminating timely information related to the pandemic, including provincial and public health updates. As members navigated the many challenges in their work, they continued to reach out to us with questions. We worked hard to support them in their practice, developing new resources on issues that impacted the clients and communities they serve. These included providing virtual services, practicing in other provinces and jurisdictions, information about vaccination status, along with other health and safety considerations. In 2021, we also continued our strong engagement with the Government of Ontario, which included ongoing discussions around the regulation of Children's Aid Society workers. We work diligently to ensure that our members have the professional supports they need to practice ethically and professionally. In 2021, we provided 3,322 practice consultations to the public, members, and employers, with electronic practice, consent and confidentiality, and private practice being the most common themes. I commend the college's professional practice department, who delivered 25 virtual presentations to social work programs, social service work programs, and workplaces. The college strives to remain adaptable, flexible, and open to change. Last year, we presented new and updated resources that reflect ongoing systemic changes and public expectations. This included creating practice resources related to anti-racism, electronic practice, and members' mandatory reporting obligations. We also updated our resource on medical assistance in dying and added an appendix to our practice guidelines for medication practices on the administration of naloxone, reflecting the important role that social workers and social service workers play in addressing the opioid crisis. This appendix provides support to members by addressing issues around formal delegation, emergency situations, and competence. You can access these practice guidelines and other resources on our website by clicking on the Resource Room tab. We're currently in the midst of a comprehensive review of our standards of practice to ensure that the professional standards which guide members' practice are inclusive, relevant, and responsive to the current context. Thank you to all those who participated in the consultations in the first phase of this process. Your feedback is invaluable as we move forward in the review. As Mukesh has already mentioned, and as set out in our strategic plan, we remain committed to increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's incumbent upon us to carefully consider and reflect upon our role as regulator and to develop materials and reassess our organizational practices and processes through this lens. To assist us in moving forward on this strategic priority, the college prioritized the creation of resources for members related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. This included a video conversation with Cheryl McPherson on ethical and competent responses to anti-Indigenous racism. This 7-part interview discusses the intersection of social work and social service work practice and Indigenous worldviews, and covers subjects such as police involvement in mental wellness checks and land acknowledgements. I encourage all of you to watch this valuable video series, which can be found on our website, along with all of our practice resources by clicking on the Resource Room tab. The college established a diversity, equity, and inclusion task group last year and has already made some significant progress, as Mukesh has described. We look forward to their future contributions this year. As the regulator, we recognize that we have an important role in addressing anti-Black and anti-Indigenous racism and other forms of systemic oppression. We're committed to examining our own role in perpetuating systemic oppression and are working on our own learning and unlearning. At the staff level, the college has hosted educational sessions for all college staff and worked with experts to enhance diversity, equity, and inclusion within the college, including the development of an organizational DEI statement. We'll continue to support staff in the important journey of learning and unlearning together. One of the ways we fulfill our public protection mandate is to ensure that members participate in ongoing learning and remain qualified and current in their practice. For the 2021 Continuing Competence program, members were required to review resources related to anti-Black racism, accountability, and electronic practice. The latest CCP had a 97% compliance rate. As you may know, the CCP is mandatory for all members, except those holding a retired class of Certificate of Registration. And as Denitha mentioned in the housekeeping items, you can use your attendance at the Ahmed keynote address or any of the 8 afternoon educational sessions towards completing your 2022 CCP requirement. We encourage all of you to participate in what I'm sure will prove to be an extremely engaging and relevant sessions that will help you further develop your practice. The learning and unlearning process can be difficult, but it is necessary. The college is ready to face challenges head-on as we continue our journey and fulfill our public protection mandate. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Council President Mukesh Kalesar for his leadership and support. Thank you to all members of Council and committees, including our past Council members. We appreciate your ongoing service and hard work to advance our mandate of public protection. I also wish to acknowledge and thank our dedicated college staff. Your steadfast commitment to the college's public protection mandate is one of the many reasons that I'm proud to work alongside you. And finally, on behalf of the college, I want to thank you, our members, for continuing to adapt as you serve our communities during these challenging times. We value the work that you do and will continue to provide you with the practice-related support and resources you need as you serve the public ethically and professionally. We'll continue to learn and unlearn together, and as we do, we will look to the future with courage and hope.